Hey everybody, it's Joe with Sort of Like Golf. Listen, it's freezing cold outside. There's snow all over the ground out there. There's no golf happening, so we're going to do a what's in the bag with a high handicap golfer. Stick around. You'll see everything that you can do for under 500 bucks. Okay, I'm a 22.9 handicap right now, and let's go through my bag so you can see kind of like what a typical high handicap golfer is using. And I've got a couple secret weapons that I'm going to be showing you at the end that you're really going to want to check out if you're having trouble with chipping around the green. So to get started, we'll start with the bag itself. So I am a Sunday Golf affiliate. Please use my code. I'll put it up on the screen here to get your own Sunday products. They're really fantastic. I just got this bag. It's pretty much brand new, and I love this thing. Let's just go over quickly the kind of features of it. So the cool thing is handles everywhere. I love that. Like dragging this thing in and out of my truck is much easier than with my old bag. There are handles at every point you can imagine. In terms of pockets, they've got this cool frosty pocket, which I don't usually take drinks to the course, but it's totally insulated there. So when you put your cold drinks in there, what I keep in there are teas. So I've got a couple different types of teas. They're all wood. I don't like to use plastic teas because I think they're bad for the environment, frankly. But keep my teas in there, and I keep the balls that I'm not planning on using, but just in case I need some extras in this pocket. So we'll get these guys put back in there. And set this guy back up. Now the front pocket is a different story. It's more of a traditional ball pocket, and that's what where I keep the balls that I'm going to be using on the round. As anybody that's watching my channel knows, I'm a real proponent of these Maxfli straight fly balls, and so definitely have a bunch of those. I also love the Snell Prime 2.0s. Those are fantastic too. These are all set up for winter golf, in case you didn't realize. Want to be able to find those balls out there. Of course, I got my trusty ODIN. Those things are great as well. I also keep a couple extra, if I can dig it out of here, keep a couple extra pencils around. You never know when you're going to need one of those. On the side pocket over here, I've got my gloves. So I pretty much stick with these tailor-made gloves. I like those. They fit really well. They feel good on your hand. They don't make your hand sweat to death. And then my wife had these old isotoners that are honestly perfect for my non-golf glove hand in the winter. Again, this is seriously set up for winter golf right now, and this will save your life. Of course, no golf bag is complete without sunscreen. Don't care what time of year it is, you need this. Just clip it on and you always have it. Okay, let's look at a couple more of these pockets. This is the pocket for your valuables. I keep my Sort of Like Golf stickers in there that I give out to people. I keep some cash in case I want to buy something at the clubhouse. And a little secret weapon. Don't tell the county golf course, you're not supposed to have that. Now we've got a big giant pocket here. Let's move that out of the way. It's typically for clothes and stuff like that, and that's exactly what I use it for. So I've got a rain jacket that I've had for years, and it really provides a good windbreak, keeps me dry and warm. Got a rain cover for the bag here. And then a couple head covers for some of the head covers that I don't use on a regular basis. Okay, the final pocket on this thing is kind of my emergency pocket. I've got some hot hands, things that these hand warmers will save your life out in the winter golf. And the other thing that you're always going to need is a little tiny first aid kit. This has got Band-Aids, it's got some ointment, stuff like that in it. And, you know, I've cut myself on tripods or, you know, reaching in bushes to get balls before, and this has definitely come in handy. All right, now let's look at the stuff that's kind of clipped onto the side of my bag. I got a couple cool bar towels. These are English ale towels. I love those. I keep one of them wet and one of them dry. Boddington's, the cream of Manchester, of course. I love that stuff. And then I've got my rangefinder over here. So this one is just a cheapo rangefinder. I guess it's called Rivasri. I don't know, man. You get these on Amazon for about $100. I don't use the rangefinder all that often, and I'll tell you why in a second. But when I do, this thing works totally fine. I love the fact that it's got this little elastic here, so I don't have to zip it up every time, and you can easily just clip it on there and have it ready when you need it. Another thing that's clipped on all the time that I use all the time is the Swiss Army knife for golf. It's got a divot repair tool on it. It's got a knife. It's got spike cleaner. It's got a little thing to clean your grooves on your, on your clubs. You gotta be careful with that because it's metal, but it works perfectly. So yeah, use that thing a lot. And then finally, the secret weapon is the shot scope, and I've done a full review, the shot scope H4. Done a full review of this. This is how I keep track of my distances, how far the clubs go, you know, my stats for the shots, all of that. This thing on the bag is pretty cool. You can kind of keep all of your stuff on this little hook. And then if you want to put your glove on there, you can. I don't typically do that. I'm always afraid the glove's going to come off. I've never used those on any of the bags that I've had. First things first is the driver. So the driver I use is a Wilson launch pad. I think this is a launch pad 2. It rubbed off, but it's 13-degree angle. I got this thing for, I don't know, around $100, and this was my first real driver after starting back in golf again. You know, it works okay for me, I think. I'm going to try and experiment this year with a lower lofted driver, maybe go down to 10, because I feel like I'm popping the ball up a little bit with this guy. But, you know, it's good for the cost. It's fantastic, non-adjustable, but it's got a senior flex shaft on it, which I like, you know, standard grips. And then this is how the H4 knows which club you're using. It's a little tag that screws into the top of all the shafts, and this will, you blip that and it will tell the H4 how to, you know, mark where you are when you hit the ball. So I'll be linking to my review of the H4, and you can see exactly how all that works. Okay, we're just gonna leave the driver out of there because it gets in the way, and we'll start down the bag. The first one is the Northwestern number 5 that I use. This is straight out of the 80s, y'all. I got this when I was in high school, and I'm still using it. I'm actually in the market for a new 5-wood that's a little more modern, but for now, this thing works fine. So, been using this for ages. The grip is still in A1 shape from 1988. So yeah, no real reason to change up to now, but you know, we'll be experimenting a little bit this year with some other clubs. The next one is my first hybrid. This is the Baffler Rail H from Cobra. I got this one in the other hybrid that you'll see in a second for $5 each. This is the 19-degree. They were in perfect shape, man. You know, I just put a little bit of polish on it there, and got some nail polish to take some of the chips off. But yeah, this thing works fine for what I use it for. I use it constantly. I put a new grip on all of these things, as you can see. All right, the second hybrid that I've got is another $5. This one's a Hot Launch Tour Edge HL4 5 25-degree. This thing, I didn't even have to regrip. The grip was what came on it, and I mean, it was in fantastic shape. $5, man. You cannot beat that. Now for my irons, I use Cobra F Max, and these are older versions. They're one length. Didn't get them because of Bryson, but you know, whatever. As you can see, I don't hit it right in the sweet spot every time. But these guys have a senior shaft, which is what I need for my slow swing speed. And it looks like they're in the market for some new grips. They're starting to kind of wear out a little bit, but they're still nice and tacky, so we'll see. I kind of like the looks of them, so I'll keep them for as long as possible. But yeah, these things came from 6'2" pitching wedge, and I've been using them for the last year or so. I got them used online for about $300 for the set, which is a great deal. And like I said, they go from 6 down to pitching wedge. All right. Now let's take a look at one of the least used clubs in my bag, which is this old Cleveland wedge. This is a 56-degree sand wedge. This was my dad's, actually. I stole it from his old set, and I re-gripped it with some fake grips, and it works totally fine for me. I suck at using it, and so I don't use it very often, but when I get in the sand is when I use this thing, and you'll see why in just a second. Yeah, use old clubs if you can. I also, of course, keep my tripod in there. This is what I film all my rounds with, just a standard little tripod, but it fits perfectly in the side of this bag, so that's great. Now for the secret weapons. The first one is this guy, the Maisel chippers. I've done several videos on these. I'm a huge proponent of them. If you don't like it, that's your own personal problem, man. Keep chunking those greenside shots while I keep getting them right on for up and downs. So this is the 55 degree. It knocks the ball up and over anything I want to go up and over with a little putting stroke. This thing cost me less than $100, and I highly, highly, highly recommend anyone who is having trouble with chipping to quit struggling and go out and buy yourself a chipper. They are like miracle clubs, let me tell you. You use a regular putting motion and it will save your score. I've gotten so much better in the last year since I got these because I'm not dumping shots constantly around the green with this stupid sand wedge. These things are the bomb. Now, I will say that I have two of these guys. The second one is a different loft. This is a 35, and honestly, I use this one much more. The reason why is because I can hit this thing over 100 yards. It stays pretty low to the ground. So if you don't have to go over anything, it's perfect. And you really just take the chunks out of the equation completely. These things are fantastic. Under 100 bucks, like I said, you can get them on Amazon. Honestly, I don't think it matters that they're Maisel. I don't think that the brand matters, although these are really easy to hit and cheap, and I love them. But just find a chip. Everyone has this visceral hatred of chippers, which is bizarre to me. So you can get them for really cheap, used. Go get one, try it. You got literally nothing to lose other than 100 bucks. So get you a chipper, try it. I'll link to some places that you can get these, but yeah, love this thing. Secret weapon in my bag. I use it all the time. And then the last piece of the puzzle, the good old-fashioned, and I mean seriously old-fashioned, Northwestern Model 8. I got this thing for $5 at a pawn shop in West Virginia, where I'm from, my hometown. And I put a new grip on it, so it does have a modern grip. Just a little Karma grip. I love the red and the yellow. That's pretty cool. But this thing is the bomb. It's just a big old hunk of brass. I've had people hating on it, but I can tell you that my average putts per round are a little bit over 2 per hole, and I'll take that every day, all day. You can have your $500 putters. I'm gonna stick with my $5 one. So yeah, there we go. All right, yeah, so that's pretty much it. That's my bag. I'll be using that for 2026 as well. I don't anticipate any major changes, except for maybe I'll get a new driver, like I said, at a different launch angle. So we'll see how that goes. If anything else strikes my fancy over the course of the season, I'll maybe check it out. If you have any suggestions for me, let me know. If you think my bag sucks and I'm horrible, I want to know that too. Tell me what you recommend for high handicap golfers. What am I doing wrong here? Is the one link thing totally wrong for me? Should I get fitted? Should I go out and spend money on new clubs? Let me know in the comments. But yeah, please like and subscribe. We really appreciate you on the channel, and I hope that you are staying warm and getting ready for the season. So keep swinging.